Hey, 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 it's Lorna J. Hope you are doing good today. As always, I will test this shit out. I'll also share this shit out. I am currently, I am currently. That is definitely true. I am definitely currently. Um, I'm in Cleveland, heading out tomorrow. Cleveland has not been the shithole of nothing that I expected, nor was I expecting anything too crazy. It was, quite honestly, a city worth visiting. I should put on my ASMR voice then, shouldn't I? Look at my sad mouth. Look at my sad mouth. Bye, 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 bye. Welcome back to Low Energy Videos, where we guarantee you, no matter what you feel, no matter what you do, you will have confusing boners. I am your host, Low Energy Videos, where today we are logging into the Wi-Fi of the hostel on my phone, so we can then see how I sound. I'd like to think to some degree you guys can hear me, but we will find out momentarily, won't we? The internet should be pretty damn good. Well, that proves that, now doesn't it? I am in the hostel waiting area, where I am one of three guests, one of which left while I was talking. I absolutely believe that this place is worth a visit, this hostel in particular, as it is right on the bus line, which will set you back a grand total of $250. That's not $250, that is $2.50. Whereupon which time you can then go to the city center, where you can walk anywhere you want, or grab the beeline on the trolley, which is currently for free. I am currently typing something hilarious on my Facebook post. I hope you give me a moment. I got myself a pizza pie and some beers, and I was told I can go downstairs and get more as needed. I don't know how true that is. I'd like to think that's very true. So I can give you now a lowdown on Cleveland, which is it's a very accessible city. That is the first and foremost thing on it. Cleveland is the city that I would recommend you go if you want a no nonsense A, B, C, D place. Every place is nearby each other via the very useful bus service. I never thought of using the metro. I'm sure the metro is great, but it is not something I am interested in. I am also desperately telling you not to drink anything at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame because it is $14, and $14 is too much for the piss water that they give you. I only got the one, of course, but I should have been dumb enough to get it in the first place. So there you go. Tomorrow, I have a very long trip from Cleveland to Indianapolis, where I will be briefly stopping off in Columbus for 1 hour. When I get into Columbus, I hope to find a bar where I may at least placate my urges to kill everyone in the room. It's most likely not going to happen, and that we will be bear witness to the Columbus event, which, considering the weight of that name, is not such a bad thing. Someone just flushed a toilet. And I'm now going to stop ASMR vote mode until we have someone in the chat. All right, so rundown of Cleveland. I got in here yesterday, and although I've used cabs, they were beyond cheap. I really mean that. I'm talking about 5 to 10 at the most. $10 at the most. That is, by this country and by cabs in general worldwide, ridiculously cheap. Because when you hop off on the bus, if you're not willing to hop on another bus, as in like a local link or anything like that, it is just going to fucking be ridiculously expensive. Or if you want to take the metro, I don't know the first thing about metro. I've taken the buses and I got the super cheap cabs. I found the hostel to be currently completely empty, bar 3 people, one of which had to be in my room. And I was very happy to say that I've spent a good portion of the morning talking to the receptionist by the name of Vicky. Very interesting lady. You might see her on my Instagram tomorrow as I say goodbye via the ancient art of selfie. Um, no guarantee, but I hope so. And there's another lady, either Hannah or Rebecca, or I forget her name at this point. I've been meeting a lot of receptionists as of late. Who she basically has been a big help in getting me on the buses. The buses, by the way, there's no fear of them. You hop on and you are told, hey, you need to go. You tell them you need to go to this specific place. In my case, I need to get to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And he said, I'll take you as far as I can go, which is here and there. Here's the price. You do that. You sit down. A few minutes later, he tells you, hop off here, get on the tram, which is free, and then boom, you are at the convention center, the stadium, and the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Now, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame you will see when the video is finally released, which is probably in 2025. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Oh, got a like. Hi. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is actually kind of cool. I still have the band on it. I do not, under any circumstances, buy or drink anything there. B-Bats, how you doing? How are you doing? Good to see you. Now that you're back, I will return to ASMR mode, as is ancient tradition. I have myself a pizza right here. A pizza and a beer was $14. And I am very hungry. And I have nothing to do but get drunk and eat pizza. Yeah, things are pretty good. Doing great. How are you, Lev? I am doing fantastic. I am doing beyond fantastic. Actually, to put it bluntly, I am doing far better than I expected on this trip. No, seriously, I am very, very happy. I'm gonna get drunk on camera. It's been a while. I've got 2 beers here, and I keep going back down for more if I need to. So let us make that happen. But first things first, I want my goddamn pizza. This hostel has actually been pretty damn cool. I'll give you a quick. This is the communal area. Unlike the other ones I've been to, there is no bar, but they have an area where you can get beer. So I've got some beers here, but I've also gone across a place for this bad boy. Citizen Pie. Look at that. Yeah. Pretty cool. My bus is. Hold on, I'll put this down. God damn, they didn't bolt this fucking cardboard box shut. There we are. Piece of shit.
I said, shit, this is better than my douche. Can't be having that. It's here for more pleasure, not the other way around. You behold my dinner tonight. It's very pizza-ish. Got me some crappy beers back there. Drinking some very good beers up to now, so might as well wrap myself up. My next stop off to what's the place called? Indianapolis is at 2 in the afternoon, and I'll be getting in at 10. There is a 1.5 hour layover in Columbus. I was thinking of staying in Columbus, but it's Columbus, for God's sake. I mean, what is there? I'm sure people will comment afterwards going, well, if you'd gone to Columbus, I would have meted you up or some shit. Like, good. It's not like you've had a few months to plan this shit, you know? You could have maybe told me. But yeah, I am absolutely looking forward to getting to Indianapolis. Nick will be there to meet me at the station, which will be a lovely change of place. Anyone else? This hostel is being bare bones barren. I'm one of 3 people who have been currently staying here. But I don't care. I am so looking forward to just having my own space. I have been one way or another, I have been sharing rooms. Sometimes positively, nudge nudge, wink wink. Other times less so with people, and you kind of long for just that bit of privacy, you know? Aha. La pizza. But Cleveland is nice. Nice and clean. Everyone's very fun here. Everyone's very happy here. Mm. Mm. Laundry tasting of Citizen Pizza. That's all right. It tastes like a slightly better than average pizza. Fairly cheap, and they have Miller on tap. I did not notice, for $2. Had I known this when I got in yesterday, I would have so gone there. Yeah. Anyway, enough ASMRing. Who am I kidding? Right. That was lovely. Now, you probably want to know about when the next video is up. I'm done with New York. So Buffalo, that means Faith and Marshall are next up. I mean, I saw other things in there in Buffalo too, but honestly, there's not really all that much. Once that's edited, then Toronto. Toronto is going to be a bit smaller than I expected because, quite honestly, I kind of did my own shit, my own personal business, and I'm very happy for it. Saying that, looking back on it and seeing the pictures I took, I got some good, decent footage in. After Toronto comes here, Cleveland. That hasn't finished yet. So if I'm going to be smart, Buffalo will be up sometime, if not tomorrow, then early the next day. Um, Toronto will be up the day after that. And if that's the case, then Cleveland will be up the same day. After that, I will have been already in Indianapolis and on my way to Chicago. And after Chicago, I will be on my way to Omaha. I was thinking of getting the Amtrak, but quite honestly, I think I'll just get Greyhound. Stick with what I know. After I get into Omaha, I'll have a week of just sitting on my arse. No major traveling. Just me crashed. And I am so looking forward to that. Because my feet, they've gotten better from New York. My God. But they've also been, I've also been dealing with a lot of shit from, well, for starters, I don't want to have to pay for accommodation, you know. That's the honest truth. I also want to do more live streams, and their apartment will be great. I have some plans, some little games. One thing I've mentioned before, I don't know how well you guys might remember it. I plan to do a test of Ashley's skill for Japanese. That should be some pretty fun stuff. We'll probably also try to do a review of something. Maybe. Now hold me to this, but I think Train to Busan 2 is going to be out pretty soon. So if that's the case, holy shit. We so have to watch that. Also, there's BoJack Horseman. I can give a review on that. I'll know what I'm basically doing for the rest of the trip by the time we get to Omaha. And it looks doable. I'm not trying to say that I didn't spend New York. New York kind of sucked me dry. If I ever do this again, which I could one day maybe, I would do it so much more bare bones. It would be insane. Money is the key thing here, but also because I'm spending so little time in each city, I'm not really getting the gist of it. Like I was told by some people to come back to Toronto. So yeah, I'm going to come back to Toronto one day. Absolutely. I'd love to come back to actually every single place, even Buffalo. I'd like to come back and see. I don't know how realistic that's going to be. I mean, New York's 400 quid. I land in New York, spend a day in a hostel for 25, and then I can go anywhere else I want. I can make up any old lie I want. That's a serious truth right there. So long as I'm ready there for the flight back. So I could just hop on a train, a bus, and just go anywhere. So long as I'm back 3 months later. I don't even have to be back in New York. So long as I'm out of there in 3 months' time. But I don't think I'll do that. I think next time I come at this, if I do come at this again, because I'd love to, I'll do it with twice as much money, which will require a lot of saving. Require a lot of saving. But I've been having beyond a blast in America so far. And one thing some people might notice, I am currently very big into Instagram. You're not going to find the link in this one, but find the link in the last one. Beer, 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 beer. Right. So, honestly, I am really enjoying myself on this trip. Cleve, I've gotten used to the buses now. It was so quick. It was so quick to get used to the buses. You need to know when you're heading up to Canada not to get too comfortable because, if you're leaving from Buffalo in a few minutes, boom, you're going to be going and um, okay. No one's over there, but it does sound like someone's taking a massive piss. Um, like you got to be ready with everything, so don't get too comfortable on that side of the border. Then you'll also see shit like, hey, if you're there for 5 or 6 hours, ask yourself if you're going to be hungry. If you're not hungry, don't go and buy yourself snacks. On this trip over, I bought myself 2 snacks. I bought myself an energy drink and I bought myself some goddamn Pringles. I drank the energy drink. I didn't have the Pringles. They're probably still sitting there and that little holster thing. Uh oh, key thing. Internet on the bus, if you're not going to pay for it, is 30 minutes, or should I say maybe 100 megs free. God, my eyes are black as all can be. Look at that. Looks like I put like some sort of mascara on it. Looks like I've gone goth. That's mental. I was told by somebody up in Canada, stop painting your eyes. And I'm like, that's not real. That's not paint. This is me. I know. I know it. I live it. But I really enjoyed Canada. I got myself some poutine, as you know. I got myself some great shots. Talked to some cool people. Saw some cool things. I've seen a lot of romantic stuff and a lot of domestic stuff on this trip. I'm not going to say anything in particular, but my Christ, I have like there's a woman back in New York right now. I hope is very okay. There's a couple of girls up in Toronto. I hope are doing very well as well. And there's even in Buffalo, there was this dude who wanted to throw down with a Marine in the middle of the street, 2 in the afternoon. Took his shirt off, threw his bag to the ground, and said, "Come at me, we're doing this separate fight." Fucking child. That was an interesting time. Afterwards, I went and got myself a pizza and watched the birth of the Onision shit. Which I know I'm completely out of the fucking loop with that. That is driving me crazy. I am not kidding. I want to see more of that, but I can't because I'm also living my life. And of course, I'm going to pick my own life over YouTube drama, but I still want to fucking see it. I have to ask Ryby for an update. Because Billy adds new stuff. I saw Joe uploaded. When was the last time Joe uploaded for jack shit? If I get up to Seattle, oh, Joseph, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I'm coming for a vengeance, son. Yeah. You and I have to have words and deeds. But hell, I might not even get to Seattle. When I get up to Indy, I'm gonna put out my feelers to all the people I hope to meet as I'm getting closer. Uh, what's his name? Jay is high on my list. Uh, I have a friend in Portland. I'm looking forward to meeting her. Been a very long time. Seattle. We can guess who I'm going to see that. Computer Ice and Drama is still going on. How long? It's been a decade. Oh, for God's sake! Like the Onision drama has like spiraled out of control since I got on the plane back in Dublin. Oh my God! It went from Chris Hansen just casually, which now looking back at it, that was crazy enough as it was. You had Chris Hansen talking on and on and on about, you know, well, does it not come across as strange that he was asking you to do this? You know, like he was egging it on, and now it's hitting like really hardcore shit with the whole thing with Repsion and Chris um getting sued, and then Onision shows up dressed the way he did, and he drops the claim, and then Billy. Oh, Billy, why are you making it so complicated? I'm trying to keep things fucking simple. I can only watch so many minutes on the bus, and then when I get to a place, I've got to do shit, and oh, like he's, oh God, I sound like Egghead real brief. Oh, jeez. But like, Ryby did her best to fill me in a few days ago. I might need to ask her to top it up. And DP just keeps churning out episodes, and I can't keep up. Can't keep up with DFF either. I can't keep up with any of them. Hannah and Jake, Brad's midnight screenings. I can't keep up with anyone. The only things I can watch is like the short little videos, like 3-minute histories, and maybe Philip DeFranco. Hi, Red. How you doing? Welcome from greetings from Cleveland. Cleveland. I am currently getting a jar and eating pizza. I have this entire common area to myself, so I thought it was about time I do a little bit of catching up. I am so out of the fucking loop, though, and I want to be in it, but at the same time, I'm doing my own shit. The own shit I have been planning for months now. Yeah, damn, man. If you're in Indianapolis or near around Indianapolis, I'll be there for 3 days starting from tomorrow. I'll be crashing with a good friend of mine. Actually, you're getting in all fairness, I'm getting into Indianapolis around about 10, and I'm leaving at 2 from here. So, um, Cleveland, Cleveland isn't as bad as I thought it was. Everyone here is super happy. Everyone here is also super black, which I'm very happy for, because it's a nice. It's actually not a nice change of pace. Actually, now thinking about it, I would be shocked if Irish people realize like the dynamics of this. I'm not shocked, but I'm wandering around like this part of America and like northern, like that part of Toronto, and there's just so many black people. Like I know Irish people who be like, "Where are all these blacks doing here?" Well, they live here. They've lived here for a long time. Did you not know this? Did you think they were all down south or in LA or whatever? There's a couple of million of them in America. There's quite a lot. And they're nice people. But what is shocking is just the sheer amount of people who are shocked by me. Irish people, it's getting harder and harder to find Irish people. Oh, I don't know why I said it like a bloody, like a chimp beating its chest. But there is something I have to show you guys. Coming back from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame today, which you will eventually see, I got a ridiculously cheap cab. I mean, Christ almighty. But as I was getting out, she said, "You Irish?" And I was like, "Yeah." Our call girl, our like our call girl, our operator is Irish, or at least she thinks she is Irish, and she gave me this number, which I'm very happy to say you didn't see. Um, and she said she probably would like to hear an Irish person talk to her, and she gets on at 8. Now, I understand people getting like separated from their culture and missing the old school and such. But let's be honest here, I'm not the most Irish motherfucker on the planet. I might wear green and drink a lot and eat potatoes, but there's a whole much more to it. I don't give a shit about Irish culture in most ways. And I don't have much of an Irish accent. I can Irish it up for about 10 or 20% or more if you want. But I mean, it's not really all that much. Um, by any British accent. Yeah, okay, there, honest. That was a faux pas, but I'm gonna let it slide because I'm a guest in your country. Um, any foreign accent, I think, will impress an American, and a Canadian for that matter. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Toronto was a fun time. But what I'm trying to say is, if she is Irish, should I call her like the girl wanted? Her name's Linda. She's the operator at some taxi company. Like this isn't like planning to like date her or like that. Like I'm just I think she just wants to hear an Irish accent. But this is coming from another person telling me this, and that person, I don't know. She kind of seemed a little bit loopy. So what do you guys think? Should I call her? If I call her, I'll call her after the stream, and I can update on like my Facebook or my Discord or something like that, telling you what happened. Um, you might get a drink out of it though. No. When Irish people want to hear or hang around other Irish people, we don't really buy each other drinks. Instead, what we do is we just chat for the sake of it. Um, but the thing is, it seems like so strange. Like I call up, let's say I call up this and like, welcome to blah 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 taxis. My name is blah blah blah. How can I direct you? And I'm like, hi, yeah, this taxi driver said that you were Irish. And it'll be a long pause. I'm like, what of it? Well, I'm Irish too. What do you want? A medal? And I'll be like, well, yeah. I know you can't see it, but I'm currently currently fondling my lapels. And then she hangs up and okay. I don't know. This seems. I'm leaving tomorrow anyway. But at the same time, I'm here for adventure. So yeah, I might. I need to pee and I need to get more pizza, which is, of course, right there. You can't see because I didn't angle it right. So eat some pizza first, and I will pee. Yeah, Cleveland wasn't too bad. Everyone's friendly. Everyone is insightful. Prices aren't New York prices. Thank you. Hit her up for money. Oh, well, Jesus Christ. You know, one scion of the Emerald Isle to the other. I kind of need like $500. You know, like just and you can give me great. You know that's like the worst Irish accent I've ever heard. I don't know what part of bizarre California you are in, but you have to work on it. I could just imagine her telling me to fuck off. Like when I go to Dublin to drink, they think I'm an American. I come over here, and well, as time goes on, they've thought I was Irish less and less. It's weird. I mean, that's one reason I dress so well. Obviously Irish, or at least touristy. This pizza isn't too bad. It's like $12. Large pepperoni, It's pretty solid. I don't have to. I could have gone out and gotten like tacos or something like that. Thing is, I'm gonna wait until I hit the West Coast before I start getting Mexican food. I know when I get to Tucson, Ryby said she'd show me some like guacamole based foods. I'm very cool with that. Um, I've heard nothing but good thing about getting sushi on the West Coast too, so that'll be pretty cool. It's weird. I'm so close to hating bagels at this point. I am so close to hating bagels at this point. And the reason why is simple. I've been eating nothing since I hit statesides. Bagels, pizza. But I eat pizza maybe once every 4 days. I eat bagels at least, well, sometimes twice a day. I walk it off. I don't know if I'll gain weight or lose weight by the end of this. But Jesus fucking Christ, man. Because it's cheap doesn't mean that like I have to have it every single fucking day. I mean, the New York bagels were beyond amazing, but they've been degrading in quality. Toronto didn't know how to make a bagel to save its fucking life. Oh, and by the way, fuck Tim Hortons. I've said it before. I will say it again on streams and other videos. Fuck Tim Hortons. That shit is terrible. And particularly, fuck the Tim Hortons in the Buffalo Greyhound station. That is so bad that when I was up in Toronto, people were like, oh, I know that Tim Hortons. Yeah, that is particularly bad. Like, that has to be a special level of bad when someone in another country knows how bad it is. They couldn't accept card. They could only take money. The first 2 times I was there, they couldn't do a latte. And the third time I was there, they gave me a latte after about half an hour wait. Oh, I'll hate on Timmy's. I've experienced it. I've experienced it up north in Canada. And you know what? It enters the realm of mediocre. But the Tim Hortons, particularly in Buffalo, is shit. Oh my Christ, it is shit. Not gonna lie, this is a decent pizza. This is exactly the sort of pizza I wanted. Mm. Mm. I'm going to peruse to the bathroom and use the toilets. But with this hostel, if you're here for off season, on average, it only gets about maybe 2 or 3 people. So I basically have this whole place to myself. I mean, look at this. Look at this shit. Whole kitchen to myself. I'm going to go and pee. I'm going to go and drink more beer. I'm probably going to do both at the same time. But you've watched me stream before. You know what I'm about. I will leave you with... I'll go. I will leave you with this view from your side. This place is super cheap too. Apparently, even if you show up here tonight, it would be the same price as when I did it a few months back. So next time you're in Cleveland, you need a place to crash. Rooms are pretty big too. Like, it's not like the one up in Toronto, the High Toronto. That was 10 people per room, and all the beds were full. And this one Hispanic guy thought, even though there was 2 common areas, a patio and the outside, that in his bed it was a good place to talk on his phone for 5 hours. Fucking dick. That's some cool German people there, though. I've been meeting so many cool people here. The more things change, the more things stay the same. Oh, I guess it's been charging enough. I can show you around a little more detail. We can talk and walk. Would you like to talk and walk? Here. I'll show you the view from the common area. This common area, in fact, it's so big and it's currently so empty that they rent it out to youth groups. So when I came back in after getting that pizza, it was like 6 or 7 like teenagers, early 20 people, all leaving here, and I was like, oh great, this place is a whole lot more packed now. And now let's see, here's outside. As you can see here, we have a giant sign saying Campbell's, Ohio City Sweet Factory. I went inside it, and it is quite honestly kind of underwhelming. They mostly do popcorn and cakes and things like caramel apples and things like that. I'm a gummy man myself, so I was very disappointed. Some of the popcorns looked okay. For like $2.50, they give you something called a popcorn bowl. I might grab that in the morning. Just, I don't know, pop it in my bag. Have it waiting on the bus. Ugh. A lot of books here. You can see that this is religious territory. Oh, that's actually a better picture. What's that say? Gather. Gather. Okay, cool. Gather her. Same, I gummy popcorn, great movies. Oh yeah, absolutely, man. Popcorn from movies is fantastic. But I don't like those sort of like caramelized popcorns, the sort of toffee popcorns. What's his name? Metal Monkey, back home. He loves that shit. Me, not so much. I like buttered popcorn. Yeah, so the area around here has a lot of great bars, but that doesn't matter because what exists, if you Google map this place right now, it's easy. It's just called the Cleveland Hostel. But maybe 3 or 4 rows up, there is this fantastic food market. I mean, oh wow, this place was cool. I of course went in and recorded it. Tried to pick up some spices. My friend Nick, who I'll be meeting tomorrow, he's a bit of a foodie, but he was like I across the way there's apparently another spice place, but that was closed for renovation. Of course, it was. He, actually, I'm going to lower my voice. I'm actually going to lower my voice now a little bit because, believe it or not, people might be sleeping. Quiet time is at 11. That doesn't mean you have to go to sleep. It just means you can keep your voice down to a minimum. So he said any spice would go. I was trying to look for some sort of Indian spices. They didn't have them there. Kind of sucks. But the rest of it was, it was so cool looking. It was like row after row of like meats and cheeses and a whole fresh fruit like wing dedicated to fresh fruit. They gave you out free samples of these candy floss grapes. They were lovely. Not gonna lie. There might be footage of me eating one. And I'm not big into grapes, but I had one. I was like, wow, I can see where you called them that. Yeah. Um, all reasonably priced. The breads. Oh, I was so impressed with the breads they had there. And next to it is a really cool, trendy sort of bar that's open till 2. I was there when I arrived here yesterday. Obviously, I'm not going to go tonight, even though I could. I've got some beers I can drink. I can get more later. But I should save money, go to sleep. Busy day tomorrow. Um, and it's called the Market Garden. And it is a very cool place in its own right. I talked to some really cool people there. One of them is big into Warhammer, even though he looks like the most sort of art house sort of male model you could imagine. Um, but it was a great. Like I've not been disappointed this whole trip, from landing in New York to being here in Cleveland. I have not been disappointed. That might end. Probably statistically will end, but not yet. Um, I will be heading to Indy tomorrow. Then a few days later, I'll be heading to Chicago and then Omaha for a week. From there, Denver, LA, uh, no, Denver, Vegas, LA. And then we'll see about the rest of the trip. But you know what? Looking back on it, to anyone who's ever thought about doing this, it's very doable. $17 here, $15 there, $25. Some of them go a bit higher, 50, 70. Hostels, not so, not terrible. Um, haven't paid more than 70 for a time in a hostel. And sometimes, due to the whims of fate, I haven't spent every night in that particular place. I'm going to be in Chicago. I'm going to be in Chicago in. Let me tell you that. I'll tell you that right now. We'll be spending. What date is it today? It's Wednesday today. So I'm going to be leaving here tomorrow on the 30th and getting in on the same day to Indy. So 31st is the day I really get to enjoy Indianapolis. I'm going to get into on Chicago on the Saturday. So Saturday. And I'll either be going on the 2nd or the 3rd to Omaha. That is how long I will be in it. And before you say it, oh, I know, I am not doing Chicago justice. I've already eaten a deep dish pizza, and my loyalties are with New York. Fuck that deep dish shit. Anyone watching this, past, present, or future, past. I don't know how that's going to happen, but it could. Who wants to disprove me on the New York style pizza? By all means, you reach out to me. But I am beyond that. Chicago wise, I don't have the luxury of time. I suppose I want to go up to the observation deck and lean out on that bit of glass. But beyond that, there's really not much I can do. Um, cash wise, I got to be a clever boy, and time wise, I got to be a clever boy. I'll probably spend like 20 to get a travel pass, or maybe a little bit less, depending on where I am. I'll be booking my hostel off tomorrow. Aiming for a place called Janet Jane. I don't know, because with J anyway. Or the High Hostel Can you hear me now? So, I think I hit the button by accident. My bad. Okay, good. Yeah, so I'm gonna be on leaving tomorrow. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so I'm gonna be in Chicago either 1 or 2 days at the most. I know it's not doing Chicago justice, so probably I'll almost certainly be on my way to Omaha by the 4th. So that's when I'm going to be. So I the pizza shit I've already sorted. So now I suppose other things in Chicago. I want to go to the observation deck there in the tower. That's probably going to be about what, like $30-$40, something like that. I'll pay it. I don't really want to, but I'll pay it. And I'll play the rest by ear. Once I get to Omaha, I can edit up the last of the videos that need to be edited and focus on doing more live streams like this. Hopefully, even live streams out and about. I know Ashley wants to go out to a gay bar because I'm campy and I'm a bear and I get hit on by enough men to be confirmed of this. Plus, I have this goddamn pride button here. Be straight, but I mean, I do send off the wrong bloody signals. I want to. I also want to go to Denver with Ashley and Steve, but their jobs might make that impossible, which sucks. But we might be getting, on the off chance that I do go to Denver on my own, we might be getting some other people who are coming up from the Southwest. If not, maybe something else will happen. But yeah, the next few days, I'm going to basically be bolting through the Midwest. Actually, not thinking of it. If I'm going to be spending the week in Omaha, let's see, can I judge when I'm going to be in Chicago, in LA? So if I'm going to be in Omaha for the week, then probably leaving either the 5th or sometime in around the 5th. So let's start with the 5th. So Denver, I won't spend more than 2 days there. So 5th, 6th, 7th, right? So I'm on the 7th. This isn't written in stone, by the way. 7th, I will leave Denver and head to Vegas. Now, I'm a smart boy and know that Vegas is designed to take your money. So 7th to the 8th or maybe the 9th. If I do the 8th, I want to go to the Heart Attack Grill. Billy asked me to. So I got to do that. And also because I want to, because I didn't get to go to the Zombie Burger in Des Moines. Plus, I want to see the tiny little sexy nurse lady. After that, LA. So yeah, so LA would be all right. So the 10th, I'm guessing, the 9th to 10th, something like that. So that's when I get into LA. And that's when I've done it, by the way. That's when I've gone from New York to LA with a brief stopover in Toronto. And from there, well, we will see. But I am entirely aware that no matter where I stop, I'm not doing a city justice. And it kind of sucks. But my time-wise and my budget-wise can only allow so many things. Um, Beyond that, I just have to be a smart boy. Great thing about this trip is I'm not really bringing gifts. You know, I'm not buying stuff for other people. I've got something planned for Ryby when I meet her, but like that was just a joke. Um, that's what I'm gonna see Ryby. It'll probably then be if I'm tenth and Jesus sometime mid Feb. Then I suppose. Yeah, I have to go through Arizona and New Mexico to get to Texas. And from Texas, I probably then, you know what? I think if I get as far as Texas, I can afford it. I'm probably then going to go and skip the rest of America and just do a beeline right back to the US, to New York, and just book back into my hostel that I started off this in, spend Paddy's Day doing Paddy's Day things, and then off I go. And that means I'll skip about a quarter of America, which kind of sucks. But I have to get my flight back. And it's true that like $200 is all I need to get my flight back at any given time back to New York from New York. But I got to be practical about this sort of thing. That doesn't mean that I'm going to do that. It just means that like if push comes to shove, probably that would be the best time to do it. Because that way I still get to celebrate New York for Paddy's Day. Paddy's Day for New York. It might help if I actually get the words right. Anyway, one thing I'm actually really surprised with, I'm not missing Ireland. I'm not really missing Ireland. I'm missing the comfort that having a home might give, but I'm not missing Ireland. Um, I've only actually been gone for a week and a half now. Would you believe that? It feels like so much longer. Mm, 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 mm. Pizza, good. Pizza. If really nice crust on this, actually. Um, if I do backtrack to the south, um, like I'll be on my own. I won't know anyone. I won't have any familiar faces. I would love if I were to like meet somebody, but if I do pass through the south, I'll have to live 110% like hostile mode, which at first might think, oh, that's bad. Not really, because it means I get to spend more time with yous. For example, you guys get to see me stream more. I get to go out to more public parks, and maybe I'll bring the laptop out to an area that has free Wi-Fi and do a live stream out from like a park somewhere. And if it's in the south in February or March, even, it's doable. Or hell, the whole plan can still work. Mm. Anyway, I'm talking about all the things that can go wrong. I said I should talk about things that are going right. Things that are going right is that I have been having one hell of a good time. Switching out my finger here. That finger was just raw as all hell. Oh man. Oh man. There's a famous Chinese restaurant in Omaha that burnt down. I've been there a few times. Makes me sad. Anyway, I have to remember that other people are living here too. So what time is it? Current time is 9:02. Okay. Um, I'm glad I streamed. I guess I'll knock this cam back for you guys. A good old fashioned light. Because congratulations, you're basic. I've had some beautiful beers over here. And have some basic beers over here. Whatever gets the job done, I guess. I won't be caring. When I can like squander 10 quid a day, I won't be caring one bit. But I still have taste buds. God, can you believe this has not been voted the sexiest man alive yet? No. All jokes aside, I have been having an actually like I like this has been so picture of Billy the Fridge topless. Sorry, I got distracted by something completely irrelevant. That boy needs some body hair. Like, men have body hair. Fluff. Real men. Real men is fluffy. Which somehow is strong. I have had a great time here. Since the day I landed, it has been one great experience after another. And you know what? It's all down to the American. At the end of the day, it's the. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I saw a skunk yesterday. That was the first time I've ever seen a skunk, and I was like, it was in some trash. Oh, I hope to see a possum before the end of it. They'll probably hiss at me and be like, "No, leave me alone. I'm a possum." But oh, sorry, opossum. But the thing I really, really, really liked about this trip so far is that Americans have been so cool to me. I mean, other people have been too. Jack's Travels, you might remember from the Metropolitan video. I'm still in contact, by the way. He's currently in Florida. He's currently tanning his pasty arse. And as he said, he hopes I'm still freezing my arse off. And I'm like, of course I'm still freezing my arse off, but you're in Florida, so I'm doing all right. He's doing fantastic. His journey is still going strong. I am, however, very grateful of Canadians, Irish, Americans, and more Americans that I met. This whole trip has been full of me talking to Americans and Americans not only responding, but really contributing. Give me advice, telling me not to do. The best thing you can do is the not do's. Forget giving people advice on. All right, here's a great example. Before the trip, I asked Asterios on DP when he was a guest what the best pizza in New York was. And if I remember right, I knew that Joe's Pizza, which I saw Joe's Pizza everywhere, was played up as the biggest, like the most important thing in New York. What he said was, everywhere is good, but I will tell you where not to go. Patsy's, which is a chain. That was fantastic advice. Everywhere since then has been full of great advice. If you got time, go to here. If you have time, don't go to here. You see that street down there? Don't go down there after night. You see that street over there? There's always cops around. There's cameras everywhere. You'll be fine. Grab that bus. It's free on the weekend. Talk to these people. They're really cool. My brother works here. My cousin works there. It's been a sea of great advice. So, I am been grateful so far on this trip. So grateful. But with that said, I am going to go and get more beer. I'm going to eat another slice of pizza before I go. Then I'm going to go and grab my other beer, crack it open, consume it, go downstairs, get more beer, last beer call of the night, then proceed to, before drinking said beer, flip a coin whether or not to call that number. So I want to appreciate anyone who popped in here, and I want to appreciate anyone who pops in here in the future. I am behind on the times. I know that, and I'm going to increasingly get behind the times, but I'm creating my own times. You're going to see more footage put out, and you're going to see a whole lot more live streaming. I did warn someone once when they're like, oh, don't worry, man, I'll do my best to watch your stuff. And I'll be like, dude, you will be sick of me in your feed before the end of the evening. Before the end of this trip, you'll be sick of me in your feed because I am constantly uploading one thing after another, after another, after another. So you guys just, I suppose, have to deal with that. Don't forget, you can always unsubscribe. But this is something I have been threatening for the longest time, and now I'm doing. One thing you can say about me, I commit to shit. I'm going to live stream. I'm going to, or actually, no, I take that back because I never really did finish a lot of games to completion. I did some, but never really did a huge amount. That kind of is annoying. Burp. Anyway, the alcohol is clearly doing its power. I've been drinking all day, and now I'm drinking all night. Drink all day, drink all night. So, with that said, I'm going to go and have this beer and have this pizza, get more beer, decide whether or not to call that girl, and regardless, get to sleep fairly early, midnight at the most. Maybe watch some YouTube. Maybe even catch an episode of DP or DFF to catch myself up just that little bit more. And from there, tomorrow, Well, I don't have the rush, but I'll leave here around about 11, 12 ish. Get to the station around about 1. Get on my bus around about 2. Get to Columbus around about 4. Get to Jesus Christ. Get to Indianapolis around about 10. You know, actually doing it isn't so bad, but saying it out loud is fucking nightmarish. But I've done it twice now, believe it or not. And looking back at it, Greyhound, the seats are kind of comfy. I'm not going to lie. Do invest in a good travel adapter if you're coming in from Europe, though. My travel adapter is beyond ridiculous. I apparently have 2 travel adapters from Ireland waiting for me in Ashley's place. So, hell yeah. Till then, I think I've procrastinated enough. I will see you guys hopefully pretty soon. And if I don't see you, you're going to see some footage from me coming up pretty soon. So, till the next time. Bye. Well, America is awesome.